Hello everyone. So in this video I'll be talking about the properties of amines. Let's start. Before starting chemical properties of amines, let's talk about basicity of aryl amines first. From pKb values, we understand that aryl amines in general they are weak base and weaker than ammonia and aliphatic amines. Strength of aryl amine is explained according to Lowry-Bronsted theory by writing its equilibrium. In aryl amine, NH2 group bonded with this aromatic group having lone pair of electron on nitrogen, and that is less available for protonation because aniline is resonance stabilized and having 5 resonating structures. On the other hand, anilium ion obtained by accepting proton does not have lone pair of electron on nitrogen, hence it can be stabilized only by 2 resonating structures, so it is less stable than aniline. As a result, the equilibrium will be shifting towards the left side, which will make aniline weaker base than the aliphatic amines and ammonia. Now, chemical properties of amines. The first one is laboratory test of amine. Test of amine of base. All amines 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree are basic compound. The aqueous solution of water soluble amines turns red litmus blue, which will be showing its basic character, and when they are dissolved in any mineral acid they will be forming one salt. Then the diazotization reaction or orange dye test, it is also one of the tests for detecting amino group. In a sample of aromatic primary amine, 1-2 ml of HCl is added. Then aqueous solution of NaNO2 is added with cooling, and the solution is transferred from uh, one test tube to another containing beta naphthol in NaOH. Formation of red dye or orange dye, dark orange dye, will be indicating the aromatic primary amino group. And this reaction used to be carried out at around 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Next chemical property is alkylation of ammonia, or you can say Hofmann exhaustive alkylation. It is a very important chemical property. When primary amine is heated with excess of primary halide, it will give you the mixture of secondary, tertiary and tetraalkyl ammonium halide or quaternary salt. What is happening in this reaction? One by one hydrogen will start replacing by the alkyl group which is coming from alkyl halide, and hydrogen halide will be eliminating from the compound as a byproduct. First, from primary amine, secondary amine will be formed. Then from secondary, tertiary will form, and from tertiary, quaternary salt will be formed. The tetraalkyl ammonium halides are quaternary ammonium salts, and they are crystalline solids. Primary, secondary or tertiary amine consume 3 to 1 mole of alkyl halide respectively to convert into quaternary salt, and this statement is very important for 1 mark question. The reaction is carried out in presence of mild base, which is your sodium bicarbonate, which used to neutralize the large quantity of hydrogen halide produced as a byproduct in every step. When you are using methyl iodide as alkyl halide for methylation for the amine, the reaction would be called as exhaustive methylation of amine. Let's suppose if methanamine is treated with methyl amine, then secondary amine will form, from secondary tertiary will form, and from tertiary quaternary ammonium iodide will form. Now the next property is Hofmann elimination. When tetraalkyl ammonium halide is treated with moist silver oxide. Moist silver oxide means we are allowing the reaction of the tetraalkyl ammonium halide with silver hydroxide. On heating, we will be getting N-dipropylamine as a final product. Quaternary ammonium hydroxide on Strong heating with moist silver oxide will give us the compound which is known as N,N-diethylpropionamine, and it used to be formed by the beta elimination, and we used to get alkene, also one of the byproduct. And the least substituted alkene is obtained as a product, and this is in contrast with ZZF elimination. Now, acylation of amine. Acylation means acetyl group is used to be coming uh, in a compound after replacing hydrogen atom. Aliphatic or aromatic primary amine or secondary amine will undergo acylation, and acetyl group used to be take place in the compound by replacing hydrogen atom. Acylation is nucleophilic substitution reaction, and it is used to happen in presence of some strong base like pyridine. And the reaction is when ethylamine is treated with acetyl chloride, then first will what will happen, the adduct will form, the intermediate compound will form, then afterwards n-ethyl ethanamide and HCl would be formed. If you are taking any aromatic amine like n-methyl aniline, then this hydrogen will be replaced by COCH3 group to give you n-methyl n-phenyl ethanamide. Carbylamine reaction. Aliphatic or aromatic primary amine on heating with chloroform and alkali like KOH, it will give you foul smell compound which is isocyanate. Tertiary and secondary amines do not give this test. So this is the test to detect a primary amine if it is given to you. Next is reaction with nitrous acid. Nitrous acid is an unstable compound, and it used to be prepared in situ by adding aqueous sodium nitrite to HCl into the substrate. Aliphatic primary amine or reaction with nitrous acid form aliphatic diazonium salt, which is very unstable compound and used to decompose immediately by the reaction with solvent water, and alcohol is formed along with the nitrogen gas. This is the reaction where HNO2 is produced in situ by the reaction of NaNO2 and HCl. It will react with primary amine to give you alkyl diazonium chloride, and with the reaction of water, this diazonium salt will be converted into alcohol along with the elimination of nitrogen. When aromatic primary amines react with nitrous acid, they used to form diazonium salt, and this reaction used to be carried out by the reaction of aniline and nitrous acid produced in C2 at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, and after reaction benzene diazonium chloride used to be formed. Aryl diazonium salts are resonance stabilized, and they are very useful intermediates to obtain variety of products, and these all are the resonating structures of diazonium salts. Now let's see what all reaction could happen with the help of diazonium salts. Number one is Sandmeyer reaction. When benzene diazonium salt is treated with cuprous chloride or HCl, cuprous bromide and HBr, cuprous cyanide and KCN, they used to give us chlorobenzene, bromobenzene or cyanobenzene respectively, and the yield of these products are very good, and the reaction is known as Sandmeyer reaction. Gartermann reaction is where the diazonium salt is treated with copper powder and HCl or copper powder and HBr. Copper powder and HCl, when it is treated with diazonium salt, it will give you chlorobenzene, and when copper powder and HBr is treated with diazonium salt, it will give you bromobenzene along with nitrogen gas. Iodobenzene would be obtained when potassium iodide is treated with benzene diazonium chloride. On reduction of benzene diazonium chloride in presence of H3PO2, what will happen? Benzene will form along with the phosphorus acid, and when it is reduced with the help of alcohol, then benzene will form along with the formation of acetaldehyde. And another important reaction is when benzene diazonium chloride is treated with water at 283 Kelvin, you will get phenol along with nitrogen gas and HCl. Reaction with hydrofluoroboric acid. Arene diazonium salt on the reaction with HbF4 gives precipitate of diazonium fluoroborate, and which on heating decompose to give you fluoroarene. On the other hand, when it is treated with aqueous NaNO2 in presence of copper, it will give you nitrobenzene. This is the reaction involved when a compound formed, diazonium fluoroborate is formed and it is heated. It will give you fluorobenzene, and when it is heated with aqueous NaNO2 and copper, it will give you nitrobenzene. Now Hinsberg test. Hinsberg test is determining whether the given amine is primary, secondary or tertiary. Hinsberg test is not used to be given by tertiary amines. It is only be given by primary and secondary. Benzene sulfonyl chloride is known as Hinsberg reagent, and primary amine react with benzene sulfonyl chloride and the compound formed, it is soluble in alkali because the compound formed is acidic. In case of secondary amine, the Hinsberg reagent will be reacting with tertiary amine, but the compound formed is not acidic and does not dissolve in alkali. The acidity of the compound produced in case of primary and secondary is depending upon the hydrogen atom bonded to this nitrogen atom. Because of this hydrogen, the compound is acidic. Since it is absent in case of secondary, that is why it is non-acidic or it is neutral. And tertiary amine does not give Hinsberg test. Now, electrophilic aromatic substitution in aromatic amines. Amino group is ortho and para directing group, and it is ring activating group. So let's talk about the bromination reaction, which is electrophilic substitution reaction. When aniline is treated with bromine water at room temperature, it will give us 2,4,6 tribromoaniline, and it is a white precipitate. On 2,4,6 position, 3 bromo group would be bonded after replacing 3 hydrogen atoms. Nitration, direct nitration of aniline, it will give you ortho, meta and para nitroanilines. In acidic medium, amino group is protonated to NH3 positive ion group, and which is meta directing and ring deactivating. So 40% product would be your meta directing also. So in this reaction, we will be getting ortho, para and meta products. But when you are saving this amino group by acetyl reaction, by acylation, what will happen? Then you will get to see the major product as a para product, and after hydrolysis you can convert this NHCOCH3 group back to NH2. So NH2 group will be turned up into NHCOCH3 by the reaction of aniline with acetic anhydride in pyridine solution, and on nitration of acetanilide with concentrated HNO3 and H2SO4, you will get para product would be your major product, and on hydrolysis, either would be acid hydrolysis or alkaline hydrolysis, you will get para nitroaniline. Sulfonation. Aniline reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to form anilium hydrogen sulfate, which is on heating with sulfuric acid at 453 to 473 Kelvin. It will give you para-amino benzene sulfonic acid. First, this aniline will take up this sulfuric acid and it will give you anilium hydrogen sulfate salt, and on heating you will get sulfonilic acid, and which will be also, its one form is also zwitterion. Zwitterion are the kind of salt where you will see the positive and negative charge within the same molecule, or you can say it is a dipolar salt, and it is produced by the reaction between the acidic group and the basic group present in the same molecule. Like in this molecule, amino group is basic and sulfonic acid group is acidic group. Thank you.